welcome to another episode of Live with Rex. And in this episode, we're undertaking a project that I've been thinking about for probably the better part of a month. And this will be a long stream. This will be like my phone, I charged it for a bit. We're at like, 85%. It's currently 2 o'clock. I want this project to be done by 10. Are we going to stream all the way till 10? No. Or possibly do a second stream and take a break? Yes. These are both options I'm willing to entertain. I've just got like plugging something in 1 second. That lamp apparently just likes to turn itself on. Ghost mode. Anyway, so project I've wanted to do is take these shelves down and rearrange. I like where they are, but I don't like the fact that it blocks the window. And I've another idea for a display. There's some sets that I want to put away in storage because I've got the choice to do that, and genuinely rearrange it because I'm finding flaws with this. I'm the kind of person that does this frequently, let's be completely honest, but we're going to continuing with here's what we've got done. So as you can see, I've been just removing things from the shelving. Those posters, which infamously got me banned from streaming on TikTok, are gone. So all this is coming off. These shelves need to come down, but they're going back up. It's just for the way that this works. I don't know if I'm going to get it all done within today's stream, or today rather. Like put the stream aside for a second, thinking about that. But hey there. But this plan should work. Yes, Grant, I have to take a lot of stuff apart. Some of the shelving I'll be putting in storage, but only like a small fraction of it. It's mostly the modern sets I'll be putting away, but all this will look much better when it's done. It'll give me more space because I was when I initially done this, I was thinking with the mindset of the Lego comes first, but I'd rather do it another way. So yeah, I'm just putting some things in the other room as we do this. Got a bunch of PlayStation 1 and 2 stuff here. So I'll be right back. This will be a really long stream, like a good chunk of the day kind of live stream is what we're aiming for. One second, I'm just making an adjustment, but essentially that's what we're doing, right? We're changing the shelves are coming down to be changed. I've had this idea for a little while and we're implementing it. Trust me, this will be like a good 2 hours minimum stream. And it won't be involving gaming or anything. It'll be strictly doing things which I know is the thing you find more interesting. You guys, the viewers, but yeah. So we're getting the drill and taking these down as well. That taking those down probably the easiest thing to do out of all the things we're going to do today, but it'll be worth it, and I'll have the window used again. It's something that I stupidly regret is doing that, but yeah, it's will be worth it. Honestly, man, I also forgot that it was probably because I don't know, maybe that's an adult thing, I don't know. Honestly, man, it's a shame that they don't come with wings, but something I'll tell you from experience. Used Geonosian wings are hit or miss. They always come bent. I have a couple that were used The only Geonosian I have with wings that is perfect is the original 2003 Geonosian. I'll show you once I come back from putting these in the other room. But this project is a big one, so it'll probably be a tomorrow after work doing this exact same thing. I'll be right back. The Geonosian wings are worth a bit of money because they always get ruined. So I've got every version of the Geonosian, and the only one I have with wings is this one here. This is the original Geonosian from 2003. So yeah, I tell you one thing I'm dreading moving is this, because it weighs a ton, by the way. It is very thick, and maybe you can't see because of the Falca, but it is very thick in certain areas. It's a solid item, basically designed to hold all these figures the way they are. So that will probably try and get crammed over there for now. The other thing I'm not looking forward to moving today is the Super Star Destroyer. Just because I know that will not be fun. But we're clearing these shelves first. We're getting a start on this. So that's the Lego DeLorean. Anything Lego's going up there for now. It's just other stuff I'm moving right now. That's not a zombie Geonosian. This is from 2003. This is before, wait, this is at least, wow, maybe 7 or 8 years before that Clone Wars arc happened. So this is back when like Lego Star Wars figures didn't have printing, so they do look like the zombie one. But the zombie didn't exist yet. My zombie one is... Do I have one of the zombies out? That's a regular one there. I do have a zombie, possibly just not noticeable on this. It's on this shelf somewhere. But no, I'm aware there's a difference, but that far back, those episodes didn't exist yet. We got the official zombie Geonosian. The official zombie minifigure for the zombie, no, for the Geonosians, wasn't released until crap. I accidentally turned the TV on. That was nope. Didn't come out till 2012. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, yeah. I'm going to tell you, John's friend who works at Edinburgh City University is sent me over the stuff to get all the qualifications on paper. So that might go somewhere quite good. Because the guy had a look at mine and he said to John, why the hell does he work in B&S? All the stuff I'm allowed to do with our qualifications. Yeah. No, John says he knows exactly why Heriot Water are known for being classists. They don't like poor people. We'd be considered poor. There wasn't a Canada. They don't like government funding, they want out of your pocket. So the government can go, here's $4,000, let Stephen in. No. Stephen has to pay it. I want it out of his pocket. They're allowed to do that. Right, we're back. But essentially, it's a big day of moving things around. I'm not happy about this, but it's part of another project that's kind of off camera that I want to talk, but it's not really important. But getting this done will help me a lot. The awkward thing is these shelves will have to come down today. So there'll be a couple of streams where the place looks like a war zone, but I'm fully aware of how bad that's going to be, but we just got to get it done. So I'm not stopping to, like, I get some of you guys will comment going, can we look at this, can you talk about this? I will try, but I'm kind of in, granted it is, we're only 13 minutes in, so I'm planning to get this done between 2 and 10, but how quickly that'll go by, that's the thing. It's like, I realistically don't have as much time as it sounds like. Oh, no. That B-line got struck there. Remember my Blu-rays and stuff. This is all very important. This is going in the other room for its own protection. The Lego Stranger Things house, nice. Putting these in here to keep them safe. No, that's a good idea. I don't want these. I can't replace these if they get damaged. And it's also got the well is also in that as well. Me and this guy in Australia started selling custom stickers on the internet. Lego, that's done differently. Aye. There's a wee website that I come up with. It was somebody I met who was doing the Lego. Right, I'm back. Again, it's gonna be happy, so it's gonna be a lot of me going in and out the room. Got these pick-a-brick cups here. There are some things I'm still figuring out where the hell they're gonna go while we do all this. Some of it is more than figured out. Like some of this I have figured out to a T. Like it's been that we thought out. Some of this it's crap, I'll figure it out as I go kind of thing. Funko Pop 4-pack. Right, I'm going to push back the gunships and everything else on the shelf. This is where the Complete Saga stand. I mean, it was once here to be fair, but it's where it's going to sit. This is the thing that I dread. I have got to move UCS sets today, and this is the thing that I dread moving the most. Right, this has not moved since I put it up here, and that's for good reason. It's like a big brick. In fact, no, I've got construction experience. Bricks are lighter than this thing is. Oh, dear Lord. By the way, this is a solid box. This is the Complete Saga collection stuff. I've got to be very careful. And it is dusty. It's not something I've had the opportunity to clean a whole bunch, because bringing it down is a nightmare. Sorted. To be fair, it does look cool there, but I did prefer the gunships being there. But maybe that's a future display idea, who knows. The other Lego up here as well. This will help me move the bed, but I can prop it up the way because there won't be any Lego here. That's some Iron Man stuff, some Marvel. I have played all of them. I have played all of the Lego Star Wars games. I've not played every Star Wars game that exists. However, I'm more of a retro gamer, and last night I've ordered a big bundle of things from CEX. I don't know where you're in the world, but in the UK it's like brilliant if you love retro crap. Like, and what I've bought from them is Star Wars Dark Forces for the PlayStation 1. It's a game that I played probably maybe 15 years ago. It's a game I've always wanted to retry. I also bought an original Xbox from 2001, so I can play Republic Commandos and both of the old Republic games from that era. So trust me, we've got some cool content coming up on streams if you're into that sort of thing. Right, this is the Tantive. So I debated back and forth for the better part of the last couple of weeks. Do I go through with this and do it, or do I just get the idea out of my head? And this morning I decided this needs doing. So you're seeing some interesting Lego models here. I have the UCS set. I know exactly what you're on about. This stream I might do in 2 parts, just so there could be 2 longer streams rather than 1 long stream. And in between that, I'll put up the set vote. Funny enough, one of the sets you're going to see in that is the 2012 Sarlacc pit, because I'm trying to buy all the 2012 sets as a nostalgia-based project. Right. Oh, yes, you're a fun set to move. This is the original Indiana Jones Boulder Chase set from 2009. No, sorry, 2008. Indy was around in 09, but he started in 08. To be fair, I was trying to avoid moving Lego between rooms. I thought I could maybe get away with not, but that was a silly idea. This will have to go in another room. Right, I'm back. So, those shelves are empty. So, we're going to be using the drill to take them down, so you guys will be enjoying being over here pretty much for the rest of the stream. I've got all these up here. I'll tell you one thing. It is cool having them down more so you can see them. They are dust. The stand does need cleaning. It is something I'm going to do. Look, I know a lot of you guys comment about my sets being dusty. The reason I don't dust them as often is, 1, there's so much of it, and 2, I was waiting to do this project before moving my shelves around again. Some pretty cool figures. I've got, hopefully this week actually, a really big parcel from Brick Rebellion Customs that will fill in a lot of this top area. So you guys are going to be sitting against here for the rest of the stream, or the next little while, as I prep to do some really frustrating things. So, quickly, we'll remove the last of the things from the shelving, like that. So, if anyone has any questions, I'll take like maybe a 5-minute period to answer them. I have to go up and show you some things. You know, if it's not me just answering. But hey, even if we get the major groundwork in for today and I have to do some of it tomorrow after work, I'm trying to avoid that, but that might, I'm going to have to take those down. But if it can't be avoided, it can't be avoided. That's fine. Ewok Village, look, the Ewok Village is one of those sets I do need to pick up. As a set, I had the choice, in 2024, I had the choice between that and the dropship with AT-OT. I picked dropship with AT-OT. Because they're harder to get. I basically bought that for the price of an Ewok Village. $2913 Rancor pit in the set pool. Nope, I already have a Rancor pit. Rancor pit is just there underneath the Jabba's palace. It's one of those sets that I have not very well displayed, but if I'm being honest, right, my display, or my main display when we're done all this, will probably be mostly original trilogy. Well, at least it'll be mostly focused on that. So where have I put this drill? I've already, yeah, it's a set I've already got. Now, I am going to get a cup or something for these. I probably already have one. Put the cup, screws in the cup. Probably the best. It's like the #1 way to make sure you don't lose your screws. I don't want to have to go screw shopping. It's half off. Those up there, those will go in the cup. Hopefully the rest of them don't take as much time to come off, but there you go, shelf off. See, do you know what the crazy thing about hearing those prices is? See, when I was a kid, £100 set was a full-size Millennium Falcon. Oh, full-size play set. But it's nuts to hear the price points of these sets knowing they'll be small as well. Right, I'll take this one through. They're from Scotland. So am I. Alright, let's take this next one off. Oh crap, that one's embedded. There's my cup that's over here. Oh good, the embedded one's actually coming out. I thought that one was screwed because of the way the shelf was sitting. One second. No? There we go, that one was a lot quicker to remove. A lot of Scottish people end up in these streams. That's something I've noticed. Right, we're back. Dark orange parts, that like nougat colour part, isn't the easiest to get, to be fair. I'm going to put some background noise on, just for my own sanity, so it's... So you guys have got my voice, but I have just my voice. I'd like some background noise.
Run using whatever rolling stock they could spare. In the infamous... At Marble Arch, there would be a... Well, it happened again, everyone. I found yet another early version of the Elizabeth line. This one would have involved an abandoned tube station taking over the Waterloo and City line, and... in 1941, and do bear that date in mind, because I'm going to come back to that. This proposal... The Daily Star. Started out as a clerk with the London and North Eastern Railway, but his diagrammatic. Anyway, his article in the Star was something completely different. Here's my own diagrammatic portrayal of what he proposed. I've simplified it a bit. Suburban railways in London. One was that he saw London's mainline termini as inefficient. Where many cities had a small number of mainline central stations, preferably one, London 17 termini. That's not including freight depots or underground termini. The Royal Commission on Railway Termini, set up in 1846, determined that no above-ground railways should be built within
No.
London.
As a set that I may get, but no, I don't own it.
But on the whole, it stuck. journeys could be volatile, and no one wanted to risk being frozen out of London. The Circle Line, or Inner Circle as it was known when Dow put pen to paper, was an underground line built to connect the termini, but it was slow and overcrowded. The other problem hadn't emerged yet, but Dow was confident that it would. In 1935, London Transport had announced a plan to extend the Central Line of the London Underground out to Dedham in the west and Ongar in the east. Well, while the line was...
No, that's fine. Autocorrect can do things like that.
And the final stretch to Ongar would be closed in 1944. But let's ignore that for now.
Apparently, I've just turned off the TV. That's fun.
In order to solve all these problems, Dow proposed 4 below-ground lines across London, one running north to south, one from east to west, one from northwest to southwest, and one from east to south. Key to this would be a restructuring of the termini, in a very literal sense. Greater London, but he puts nearly all of his termini on the Circle Line. Anyway, in his plan, Paddington remain, but apparently as through stations for the new lines, rather than termini. Euston, King's Cross, and St Pancras. Liverpool Street and Broad Street, and presumably Fenchurch Street, though it doesn't specify, would become Street and London Bridge would be replaced with South. Now, I should also explain that there were 4 mainline railway companies in mainland Britain. Or LNER, represented on this plan in light blue.
Right, so those 4 that are still there are going to stay there temporarily. Get rid of those ones yet.
And the Southern Railway represented in
That could be the way to go.
the north to south line would have begun with the new North Station, which would be served by the LMS and the LNER's routes north, as well as the underground Metropolitan and Circle lines. At this time, the Hammersmith and City was part of the Metropolitan line. North is confusing. On the one hand, it has to be somewhere around King's Cross and Pancras because it connects with the Piccadilly and Northern lines, but it also has to be near Euston because it connects with both Northern Line branches. The first stop would have been a new station, which on the plan is simply referred to as New Station.
Right, I'm
I
back.
assume this is somewhere in Bloomsbury, but both the text and the original diagram are vague. To some extent, it depends where north is supposed to be. New Station would have provided interchange with the east
I'm just
west
going to move this stuff here to another room.
Court Road, with interchange with the central and northern lines of the underground. Next, Charing Cross connecting with the District, Circle, Northern and Bakerloo lines. And finally,
ATR.
which is served
What?
by the Southern Railway with routes splaying off to the southeast and southwest. East to west is particularly interesting from a modern perspective because the key aspect is a tunnel between Paddington and Liverpool Street, which is exactly what the core section of the Elizabeth line is. Indeed, as far as I'm aware, this was the first time that this particular route had been proposed. It is, however, not exactly the same as the tunnel we got, as you will see. At Paddington, the mainline company is the GWR. There's interchange with the Bakerloo, Metropolitan, District and Circle line. The only intermediate stop is the aforementioned New Station. Unlike the current Elizabeth line, this line bypasses Tottenham Court Road. It ends at East Station, change there for the Central, Metropolitan and Circle lines. It would have been served by the LNER and the LMS North London line route, which now avoids Central London.
Thanks, man. I'll be back. I'll be back for a while if you end up coming back.
The northwest to southwest line begins, curiously, at Lords. Lords was a Metropolitan line station that had closed in 1939, which was roughly here. St John's Wood Station, then on the Bakerloo line and now on the Jubilee line, was built to replace it. It's not clear whether Dow envisaged reopening the old station or building a completely new one. Either way, the LNER's Great Central route would come in here and plunge into a tunnel. It would pass under Marylebone, where it would connect with the Bakerloo. There would also be a spur off here connecting with the east to west line. There would be intermediate stops at Marble Arch,
Right, we're back.
where the Central line is, and Hyde Park Corner, where the Piccadilly line is.
I don't have that set. No, I don't really buy the New Republic stuff. I'm not a big fan of any of that, to be honest.
North to Paddington. Finally, Victoria.
Set is prequels and original trilogy with a good bit of Clone Wars sprinkled in.
Run into Victoria. Our last line is the east to south line, and this is very simple. It runs from East Station to South Station. The clue is in the name. What makes it interesting and possibly impractical is that Dow proposes taking over and enlarging the Waterloo and City line as part of this route, which in turn would seemingly place South Station at or near Waterloo. There are several other points Dow makes as part of this plan. One is that he suggests the reconstruction of central London for the better distribution of the population, as opposed to the construction of new towns outside of London.
Right, where's the remote? I want to pause this and talk.
He also proposes restructuring London's suburban railways to feed in.
No, that's not funny. Come on, there it is.
Of course, the advantage Dow has in all this is that it's a Thortex.
Most underrated set, 2007 UCS Falcon. This is a set that doesn't talked about nearly enough. It's always a new one. People think this is a mock. That's how little this is talked about. At least, like, with my viewers, anyway. That could be different, like, in a wider way. Right. Got a drink and get back to it. Where's the drinks here? So, we're going to move the mattress. Underneath my bed is pretty much all the boxes from all my sets, right? Now, I really don't need to keep all those boxes. There's a few boxes I'm going to try and convince myself to get rid of for some sets, but for the most part, I think the non-Star Wars boxes are out of contention for being kept. That's a given. But there's a few Star Wars ones. Top three. Dropship with AT-OT, UCS Star Destroyer, and the 2003 Cloud City. Which I'll quickly show you before I stop and do this. Dropship, AT-OT's there, UCS Star Destroyer's up there, Cloud City's there. And this is my complete saga display, which might be the number 4th option. Attack on Naboo. I know what the set for Battle of Naboo is. That's 7929, because that set might... Ow. I don't think it is. As a set that I got by accident. It's better than the one they came out with a few years ago. Right. So there's a few boxes under here that I am willing to let go, because I don't need them in my collection. There's a few boxes here that I will protect. Time to go through my boxed collection. You too, man. Right, we'll move this. This is the bit I don't look forward to. Because, there we go. Right. But this will be the bit where we can start really ramping up progress. There we go, that's better. Now comes for the fun part. There's an echo in here because there's no mattress. I'll figure out which of these boxes that I'm actually going to keep a hold of. So I need to move the bed slats to get access to them. Problem solved. No, look, I know the people are busy. I don't mind. It's the benefit of streaming on YouTube is I can upload them for people to see later on down the line. Right, I'm back. So the fun part is realistically figuring out which of these to keep, which of these to throw. There's even a couple sealed things here. So let me give you guys a quick look at what we've got to play with here and what I've got to sift through and decide from. So underneath here, I posted a TikTok when I first built it. This is all my boxes. Now you can instantly see some pretty cool iconic set boxes. Got loads of them 2012 boxes of the Darth Maul and stuff on them. I'm keeping those, right? Because I'm doing a video with all of those next year. And there's already enough sets from that year I don't have boxes from. So I don't want to get rid of them. But there's a few boxes here that, look, I wouldn't mind parting with. And it'll probably clip a good bit of space. A couple of them are big ones. I can't. That's an empty box. That set is back there. A couple of the ones here that I know are sealed, that Minecraft set is sealed. A place I was working at a couple of years ago had this room, and it was full of valuable objects that they didn't want in the warehouse. The stuff that would eventually go on to be sold on the shop floor, but they'd block them away in there so that people wouldn't steal them, like things like vapes and electronics and Lego. And essentially, that room got blocked off for a while, and the management wanted the room cleared out completely. So, in order to clear out the whole thing, they went, everything in this valuables room, even though some of it was worth hundreds of pounds, maybe even thousands, they said to the workers, do you want things for £1? I picked a Minecraft set for £1. I did pick up a Lego Friends art school they had for £1, and I sold that very recently for like 50 quid. So it's one of those times where, like, there's some cool boxes here. Like, look, we got the Imperial Inspection from 05. There's some dust on these. These have been here since November. Yeah, it was November was the last time I went to go near any of these. So all these boxes have to go into the other room anyway, right? Well, look, he could be. We can't prove that. So all these Lego boxes have to go in the other room, but I'm gonna have to figure out and decide what ones I'm keeping. There's ones I'm never gonna get rid of, like that's the box there for the Super Star Destroyer from 2011. We got Jango Fett's. You're gonna have to keep that. I hate the way my brain works. Some other non-Star Wars things. I made you type in comment sections. But yeah, those other shelves will come down later. I also have to deal with those posters because this main shelf here will be going here. The head of the bed will be coming from along here to that wall. And the shelves here are coming down because I'd rather be able to use the window. So, yeah. Here's the thing. I like the fact that Lego, who don't recognize actual canon, Lego, who screw up things that should be easy, went and made a perfect Darth Jar Jar. a couple years back. Is that not the coolest? But let's get started on this. So I'm nearly an hour. Look, like I said, I set myself the goal to be done by 10 o'clock tonight. We're an hour in, or less than that. We've already made some progress. Let's start moving these boxes. So we'll show some of the ones off as we move them. Because why not? We've got Imperial Inspection from 2005. We've got the 2009 Attack Shuttle. And we've got the 2010 Turbo Tank box. And there will be boxes inside of these. I'm curious, what's inside this one? For example, in here's the 2012 X-Wing box. So, boxception basically. Right, I'm back. Right, what else we got here? So, got a couple boxes here to deal with. We got the CC-10's Jedi Starfighter from 2012. Again, these are all just boxes. Republic Striker Class Starfighter from 2012. Like I said, I'm trying to get a hold of all the 2012 sets. A box I'm going to get rid of because it's been crushed to death. The Geonosian Cannon. It hurts to get rid of this. I recently posted on my community. I remember getting this sealed in 2017. Come on, this set has Luminara and Rex in 2017. But see later, this was a £50 sealed set. That's nuts how cheap some of these used to be. After they were retired as well. Right, what else we got? I'm getting rid of the severely crushed ones. I'm kind of like this Old Republic box gone. What else we got here? Got the 2012 Advent Calendar and the Rancor pit. Pretty cool. Right, we'll take that one. This Grievous Starfighter box I'm getting rid of because that's been mangled. There's a few here that I've just decided, hey look, it'd be cool to keep, but I'm just going to get rid of them just for my own sanity. And for space reasons. Like, I need to think about that more than, oh look, it's a cool box. Good, we're progressing. I can actually step into where the bed was sitting anyway. Take some other things that I've just rolled over here. Because some things I've rolled under the bed over the last, what's that been, 5 months since November? Has that been 5 months? That's crazy. Let's see where to go next. We got two big ones that are really dusty. Battle of Endor from 2009. 2008 Republic Gunship box. Again, I'm on to bet that there's nothing inside of some of these. I know there's parts inside of that, but... So I could be bundling these up better. This box has nothing inside it, the Battle of Endor. This is one of the first sets I bought when I moved into this house a couple of years back. Some of these I am investigating what's inside them just for my own sanity. Okay, this one, to be fair, I wasn't expecting a box. It has 2010 Palpatine shuttle box in it. Take these two and go. I also think that I have devised a plan for the Executor, and some of the other, all it says will have to get moved into the other room temporarily, but the Executor was the one I'm dreading having to come up with a plan for. 2012 Jabba's Palace. What box we got in here? I do. I will show you in a moment. And here's the Palpatine's arrest box. Okay. 2012 box inside another 2012 box. Interesting. Yeah, I've got Grievous. I have all your versions apart from the white one from more recent. There he is. He's part of my complete saga display, which features many interesting custom minifigures. Sadly, some of these boxes have taken severe beatings, but there's a few that I have decided that, hey, I'm going to have to part with anyway. Right, I'm back. There's a box that I don't want to get rid of, but I'm probably going to have to because of the condition it's in. If you guys remember back, I had a bed that could lift up and down and it kind of destroyed what was stored underneath. It destroyed this quite badly. What's inside it? The 2011 Falcon box. 2012 B-Wing box would be a shame to lose, but I think it's one of those ones I'm going to have to. Let's get this through. We're making progress. We're not far off being done this. And then we can do what I plan to do to make this whole moving things around thing work. Yeah, this GCS B-Wing box is done. So we've got the sealed Minecraft set. I don't know what I'm doing with that at this point. This is the box for the 2011 Hoth base. What's inside of you? I'm just curious to see what's inside of some of them. And there's nothing inside of this, just the instructions. So that could hold another set, which is probably the best way to go. Like, right here I've got, well, the instructions are inside it. It's one of my oldest, I think this is up there as one of the oldest ones I've got. 2004 Mos Eisley Cantina box. Scottish. I don't know if I should be taking what you said as an insult or not. We need to figure that out. That's what the real meaning of this stream has to be. And a box that's all taped up and ruined, but I got the set at a really good price. The two, I need to stop hitting those. I'm going to take those down in a minute. Pod Racers box. So I'll quickly take those down just because they are at risk while we're doing what we're doing. Rather not, especially with this set here from Pharaoh's Quest being, granted it needs a clean, but that red colour, I don't want that falling from my height. Right. Those we go. Another box inside it. That pirate tank box is going because it's destroyed as well. But we got the 2012 TIE Fighter. An interesting thing about this box is, so in the UK where I'm from, we do not get piece counts on our boxes. It's just not something we get. Granted, this is dusty, it's been under there for a while, but piece count on a box in the UK, it's back when the boxes were glossy as well. Don't get nothing like that anymore. Right, I'll move these ones now. No. So the last boxes are over here. Gotta get these sorted. Hey. It's one of the biggest sets I've bought. It's one of the biggest set I ever bought sealed. You guys will know this set immediately. 2011. God, there's some dust and stuff on it. I bought this back in September 2011 Super Star Destroyer. It's a pretty cool box this. I'm going to move it into the other room so we're pretty much ready to go on the whole thing with moving this, so yeah. Why so warm there? It shouldn't be. Why do I have a pipe in that part in there? Right, and this is the last run we've got to do with boxes. So a set that I bought, I had an injury at work and they had to pay me off, so I ended up buying a sealed Super Star Destroyer and building it. So we gotta hope that this next idea works, otherwise we'll have to switch to the second plan. But the first plan's probably more easy. Alright, so I'm gonna pull the bed out a bit. Hopefully this isn't too problematic. Because remember, I still got to dismantle an entire shelf for this. It's a big undertaking we're doing today, but it'll be one of those things that I would feel better if I got done, and today's the opportunity to do it. Right, so I think we'll be fine. Go back, tilt up, right? Yeah, this won't clip the seal, we're fine. There we go. That helps. So the next step, I'm gonna have to take these couple of things through these boxes here. Help give us some more space. But essentially, we're rearranging the place. If you're not enjoying the stream, then you're looking for an explanation as to why the hell a Scottish man's shouting and moving furniture. There you have it. Right, I'm back. So this is the really, really awkward bit of the stream. Hell yeah, I am as Bob's the Builder. Right, this is the awkward bit I don't want to do, but we're stuck doing. Yeah, I don't want to lose those work keys. Right. That'd be a fun conversation. How'd you lose the keys? Well, I was live streaming and... Yeah, right. Got to move these. So, one of the sets that'll have to come off that shelf that cannot go on the floor because I really don't want it. Rebrickable. I've looked on Rebrickable loads of times over the years and I've seen things and I've went, you know what? I would like to build that, but I've never actually went ahead and built any of the things I've seen that looked cool. So we can, the reason I've kept these shelves here is we can throw some things on them temporarily. That can help a lot. It means there's less Lego that has to go on the floor. And I've got builds, for example, Cloud City, that I don't want going on the floor. So Cloud City can sit up there for now. Other things, like sets made of certain colours that crack easy. Like I don't want the pirate tank on the floor while we're doing this. Some sets will have to get moved, put on the floor, go in other rooms. But I'm trying to eliminate how much of that will need done by doing this. That's why I kept a couple of the wall shelves up. Like I said, there are some where it's an unavoidable case of, hey, I'm just going to have to move them. But the UCS Falcon is an example of one that is stuck in that position where it's going to have to go up on, and I've made this one more annoying. It is. These shelves are not fun to take apart, but once they're done, I can rearrange where the bed goes. It's going to be so much easier. So as for minifigures that are on the shelves, I've got a simple way of dealing with those. Those are just going in this box. So I'm going to be taking figures away from the shelves just so they don't get lost. We've made a lot, to be fair, right? I made a lot of progress within the space of an hour. So the hour that I've been streaming, if you were here at the start or you want to quickly fast forward, go back and look at the start, you'll see that a lot of progress has been made throughout the stream. I'm going to put my background noise back on. The room is in absolute pieces right now because it's being moved around, but I'll quickly show you the shelving before it gets taken down and moved. As you can tell, it's maybe not the ideal time for a room tour, but I get why you'd ask. So this will be part 1 of 2 streams today. I'll be taking a break and I need to go to Asda and pick up some things.
He doesn't have to consider engineering difficulties, money, politics, where the North Station actually is. I should emphasize that this scheme was not officially commissioned, therefore it's hard to say how much influence it had over later developments. The need for new routes across London had been known about in the 1930s, and indeed, London Transport were already playing with the concept of express tubes across relieve the Central, Northern and Bakerloo lines. So how practical is all this? Well, the East to West line, of course, did happen, but it continues beyond Liverpool Street in the east and emerges at...
Sorry, man, this will be part 1 of 2 streams. Nice CEX, I've sent the invoice. My original Xbox is on its way. So I could play some OG Star Wars game on stream.
The North to South line kind of did happen, but in 2 different forms. First, there was the Victoria line on the London Underground. Now, on the face of it, this may seem nothing like Down's proposal, but it is a shortcut right across the Circle line, and it supplements...
Right, so this turbo tank can go in this back shelving here, so I don't have to worry about it.
And secondly, perhaps more obviously, there was Thameslink. This was a low-budget project, reusing an existing but closed line, which ran from Blackfriars to Farringdon via the Snow Hill Tunnel under the city. Instead of new...
ATOT can go there too, once I get the handle.
One thing I do wonder about is those 2 stations in the middle. They would have to be very close together. I think it would have made more sense to reroute the east-west line via...
Right, this has gone well so far. We need to clear that bit so the UCS Falcon can go there, so let's get into that. We've got the Battle of Endor. I'll see you later, man. Right.
Versions of the Crossrail proposal that would eventually become the Elizabeth line involve running a branch off the east-west line and up onto the Metropolitan line, which is basically a cut-down version of what we see here. As for the southern part, well, Victoria is, of course, also served by the Victoria...
No, so that's the Battle of Endor down. We have to have the UCS Falcon go there. The shelf you're sitting on staying where it is, because that'll be like my UCS set type shelf. That's the plan at least.
But the LMS, the LNER, and the Southern all use different systems of electrification. They're not compatible. So,
ATST from the Battle of Endor, I was for again one of this.
Realistically, need to go between the eastern and southern suburbs without stopping in the centre. I would argue that it's hard to justify a new line just to do this, especially given that it would mean losing...
Right, UCS Falcon. I'm going to pause the TV so there's no noise. To make sure there's nothing here that I can trip over or fumble. Gotta be careful with this set. I have played both the original Battlefront 2 and the newer Battlefront 2. I've played all the Battlefront games. I've even played the weird PSP spin-off Battlefront game. Right, I'm not going to read comments. I don't want to be distracted by anything because this set is number 1 on top of the list of I do not want to rebuild again this decade. No. I do not. And I'm pretty sure that's like one of those stupidly rare and expensive things to buy as well. I think that, apart from the fact that I can see the box that's at the back of the shelf falling, so I would assume. Oh crap! It's falling the worst way possible. I'm going to look at a step. Other UCS, I have the sail barge, the slave one, the newer one, and I've got the Super Star Destroyer and the B-Wing. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. It feels weird not having the Falcon sit there because it's been there since December. I have seen that, yeah. I read somewhere there's a leaked image that Lego went nuts and tried to have removed. Oh. Crap. Something was going to get broken. I'm glad it's that one. I'd rather that than a UCS Falcon coming falling down. There we go, that's properly on there. The Battle of Endor got smashed into by the R2-D2 I had up on that shelf. The R2 is not Lego, by the way. It's this other thing that I got at Comic-Con a few years back. The set's not destroyed, so I'm fine. I'm not too bothered about it. You just smashed one of the... Basically, this set, the Battle of Endor from 09, has a feature that allows it to eject parts of itself. So it's basically just ejected itself. Or blown up would probably be the better word to use. It does need a few bits fixed. I will not be doing that right now. I've just moved my most stressful Lego set for moving. Right, so we've got another Falcon that was on the shelf below. The Avatar The Last Airbender set, I've never looked to buy one, but I'm assuming it's quite rare. Because it was part of a thing where they were either going to do Avatar or SpongeBob. No, I've not got any available figures. I am Scottish. And they ended up in the end not bothering with Avatar. They went for SpongeBob, which that theme lasted from 2006. It's raining again. Or snowing, because it was snowing this morning. That theme lasted a long time. We can stash some parts up here. Hello Scotsman, yes, that would be the correct word to use. Right. Got these Cloud Cities landing pads there. At the top of that. I don't know if you can hear that on stream, but that's heavy. I was going to go out as well. I was going to split the stream in two parts and go out and grab some things. That is, ooh, wow, that's heavy rain. Right, just doing that. Right, another set that we'll have to go on the floor because I'm not convinced they can fit on another shelf is we got the Home 1 from 2009. Like the Battle of Endor, that was 10 years of Lego Star Wars strips. Got the 2005 Turbo Tank. Lucky, I've been collecting Lego Star Wars that long. This is the thing people don't understand when they see my streams, right? On my videos, and they see certain sets. They think I paid current market value, or they'll see that and think of the current price. Most Lego Star Wars sets were relatively cheap in comparison to what they are now. You know that Home 1 set, when I bought it, I think 4 years ago, was only worth about 90. That was not worth a big amount of money. Which is weird, because that set has Mon Mothma, Lando, and a few other, like, only in that set figures. Like, it is 90% just, you know, exclusives. Right. So that launcher, you're going there. That can go there, even though that shelf will have to come down as well. Got the ATTE from 2022. I'm going to put that there. It's a Y-Wing engine. I've taken the white engines off that so it can be moved. I'm getting heavy rain, possibly snow. I can't see out the window in this room, which is part of also the reason we're doing this. But I might go into my kitchen because I've got one of those big screen doors and check. I'm curious to know now. Oh crap, I forgot, we got to do the top of this. Right, so that's small, it can go up there just to be out the way. That's going there, that's going there, so is this, all is there, go in there. Hey there. 75441. No. I don't think. I'm not entirely sure what set number that goes to. See, I know most of the 4-digit set numbers off the top of my head, but I don't know the majority of the 5-digit ones. See, like the first year or two of the 5-digit numbers, so 2013 and 14, I'm fine with. What we got here? We got CC-10 Starfighter from 2012. That can go here. That's fine to go in there. 160. Right, we've got Cad Bane Speeder from 2010. That can go there. I'm more interested in getting this top one cleared out. We've got this is one of the builds from Lego Pharaoh's Quest. That's just going to go sit on top of this box. Like I said, right, it's only, what time is it? It's only 24 minutes past 3. I started at 2. My goal is to be done by all this by 10. The live stream will not last that long. I don't think it's capable. At least not as one stream. But I'll be taking probably an hour break at some point. I'll recharge my phone in that then and we'll come back for another go. Now I'll just go sit in the other room for a bit. Now we've got to move. This is that smaller Falcon that came out with a couple of years back. Starship Series Falcon. That's going to go off the stand and sit there. Got some smaller builds. There, there. I don't know. I think between 70 and 100, if I had to guess. Again, that's if I'm guessing. Maybe we figure that one out. One second, I see one of you left another comment. I've seen that. It's quite good. I've seen a lot of people do that. All the Gungan stub has come apart. I will also be putting up the vote where you guys can pick what set we're building for 4,000 subscribers, because we've hit over 3,500. That vote will remain up to vote on until I hit 4,000. So there is that. That could be up for a while. It'll be interesting to watch that vote change and stuff. Right, we got Anakin Starfighter. That's going to go sit up here. The biggest set that we need to move right now, I'll get you later, it's fine. K2SO has jumped off the shelf. It's bad. I own... It's not that it's not bad, I'm just not a fan. I should build the UCS Death Star. I don't know if I'd build the new one, but I do want one of the old ones. To be fair, I'd be happy with either 2005 or 2008. It just depends what one I get and when. I do want that original one from 05 where it's Death Star 2 panelled up, because if you're new here, I'm more of a retro collector than I am a modern collector. I do have a few modern sets, but I mostly go for the older stuff. As you may have noticed throughout the course of the stream. That's for Gusco, man. We'll be live for most of today anyway, if you want to come back. Right, we've got to move this set here. The one that was have to sit down there for now. And there, which is Snort, there we go. Palpatine's Arrest from 2012. So that's the little pod from it. Figured there. And people often ask me what set is my favourite Revenge of the Sith set. It's always been this one. Well, let's get the 2006 Star Destroyer. Oh, and it's going to try and eject its escape pod. This set does that sometimes. This is the original play scale Star Destroyer from 2006. (2009) Death Star 2. I want that 2005 one, the one that was like half complete. That's one of the main ones I'm after. Right. That's there. Couple more things just to be shifted, another temporary placing, and I should be able to start dismantling, because once this shelf is dismantled and the other one's moved, we can start to ramp up progress again. I will stand on my step to make sure there's nothing up there. I don't know. My favourite Stormtrooper is the 2008 version, so I've got quite a few. I can maybe have 12 of those. I've got some of the more newer Rebels ones away, but they're not... I don't like them enough to have them on constant display, but I do like to have them for army building purposes. TIE Bomber can sit there. So all the shells I'm going to dismantle. This is the biggest pain in the butt one. I'm going to make sure there's nothing overlapping with it. Nothing that can vibrate and be destroyed by it coming down. We're good to go. Let me show you what's going to happen. Probably phase one. To be fair, he's backing this right now. As is all that just temporarily. He'll be in there. But enjoy my complete Saga minifigure collection, which involves some really cool customs. So we're going to be taking this out. That shelf there is coming apart completely and going away in storage. So the foot of the bed, so that's the bottom, will be touching that wall. I'll just be going across. This shelf will get rebuilt over here. This couple shelves here is coming down because I'd rather the window is what's back there. Okay, that's staying there. That case might get moved. I don't know, but you can see all the ambition. I wasn't a fan. I didn't enjoy it anywhere near as much as I did the. See, the very first Lego game I ever played was Lego Star Wars 1 on the PS2. So it didn't match that level of enjoyment for me. Right, it's out at one end. This is stressful. Oh, I can't hit it up too much or it'll smash the... There we go, it's out. That was... Ooh, that was not fun. See, my favourite Lego Star Wars game is always going to be the first two on the PS2. I do like the Complete Saga, which is what this stand is based off of. You know, I love that game that much. I'm devoting a whole YouTube series and spending a fortune on some custom figures for. See, this whole idea was great when it first started, but you know what? It's one of those things over the last couple of weeks I've started to look at it and go, nah, it is nice having this one solid block of shelving, but I do want to change. I do like to change things up here and there. And this is one of those things that just had to be changed. See, I've got a big clone army, but not too... My Imperial army, to be fair, I don't actually know how big it is at this point. Because I've probably bought quite a lot of Imperial sets, like, since I last done it. Like, since my last Imperial army, I bought the 06 Star Destroyer, the Super Star Destroyer I've got a hold of. I've bought the Landing Craft, the 2001 TIE Fighter, so... It probably is big, and the figures from those on, it probably is bigger than I would think. I'm autistic. Welcome to the Autism Club, man. See, I saw the original Star Wars before I saw the prequels. I was born in 2003, so I could have saw the ones first, but I saw the original trilogy first, so I've always had a bigger heart for that. Like, you'll notice the majority of my UCS sets are the original trilogy. To be fair, I'm curious to know which era I have more of now that I've brought that up. Guys, I've been able to open the window in here for the first time in 5 months. I don't like that I'm saying that out loud, but it's true. Oh my god, there's actually snow outside. It was snowing. Oh crap, I do not like how that did that. It's number 3 pulled out. It's one of those things, I remember building this and being very proud of it with me and my friend. Check out YouTuber Killer T1. Built all this, it was cool, but see, that was during winter that we did that. So I didn't mind. And I've stepped into a Lego set. I've hit the turbo tank. That's fine. But I'll admit is it's got nicer weather outside and it's summer. Like, see, during that time I was working night shift, so having this all blocked off made sense. But now it's like, nah, I'd rather it not be like that. There we go. That one can come. One can be lifting out easy. There we go. Sometimes as you're lifting out, the other side will lock back in place. If anyone's wondering, the shelving, these are IKEA Ivar shelves. You want to see that? So on this side, right, it's closed. I did it this way to protect the Lego, and because I thought having shelves come across was the coolest way to go. I've changed my mind in recent months, and there we go. This was closed over for the longest time. So there we go. It's been slightly snowing. Right, so there's a whole bunch of, this is the last of the Lego sets on this shelf, and it's a whole bunch, it's basically all my Hoff stuff that is now moved. Which is easy enough, I can just chuck most of it in this box. There's a couple of big bits here, but most of it is just small, like snowbanks and, you know, Hoff troopers with turrets. Snow speeders in here. The Battle of Hoth is like one of those bits I do have most of, to be fair. I will be my display will not look as good, but in a way this is partly a mental health thing. I regret covering up the window quite a bit. Like, it was a little bit depressing. Again, in winter it was great, you know, because I was only working at night and coming home and the sun couldn't get anywhere near so I could sleep all day, but now, nah, not so much. It's one of those things I didn't think about because I just thought, oh cool, I got an entire wall that is shelving. But it's one of those regrettable things now. I did enjoy it. I got some cool displays out of this. Right, let's get the rest of this Hoth stuff pulled out. Since it stopped raining, I am considering cutting this stream, going out, grabbing some things I need, because I stream on my phone, so of course the stream would have to end. I'm not going to leave you guys sitting in silence for like 25-30 minutes. Go do that, come back, we'll start another stream. I'm thinking about it. Not saying that's a go, but I think if I'm going to do that, I'd at least rather have this shelf removed before I do that. Plus, I've been wanting to rewire all my gaming setup and stuff as well, because I am mostly a retro gamer, so I've got a whole bunch of old school consoles in here. I want to rewire how. And of course, the 2011 Hoth base breaks, because this set. See, if you're going to buy a set, right, that you should never move, go for the 2011 Hoth Echo base, because that set has a middle point which is so fragile. I've tried rebuilding the set 3 or 4 times to try and fix it. No luck. Right. That's me up. Ben Quadraneros. I love that answer just because it's such a meme Star Wars answer. Like, I get that could genuinely be your favorite, but like, as far as Star Wars fans go, that is one hell of a meme. Coke. Drink it while you're doing really weird streams. That era of Lego Star Wars is goated, so I 100% support that. Right, okay. That is another one of these shelves out. How long have I been streaming? So we're streaming for nearly an hour and 40 minutes. Tell you the progress I've made in that time is brilliant. And the only shelf left in there is the very bottom shelf, which has my PS2 and my Xbox One in it. Oh my god, I just found something very useful I didn't know I had. Oh, that's perfect. So I've been building this stand and I've been ordering parts off the internet. That is a different kind of level of I'm annoyed at myself, but means I might not have to order any more. That is the find of the day. Right, okay. Yes, let's hit the 2005 turbo tank again. It's not been punished enough. God damn it. Right. Yeah, remove a few things. I've not decided when, because today will be like a two-parter. I've not decided when this will end for me to take a break, but we'll keep going for now because I'm not seeing a reason to stop. I am running out of steam a little bit, but right, I do have the will to keep going because I don't want this to be something that consumes the rest of my week. You know, in between work and other stuff. Right, let's start unplugging what's here. So that is the PlayStation 2 and that stuff. I'm going to put that book up there. I've been reading a lot of those Star Wars Legends books lately. So take my PS2 and it's unplugged. One of the best consoles ever made. All you modern people would disagree with me, but you know, who only grew up in the modern generation, but love this console. I've got a friend who has a PS5 and has tried gaming PCs, and he even thinks it's the best console ever made compared to those. I'm not even watching anything on the TV. I've pretty much given up having background noise on the stream because I'm doing a lot more talking than I would have thought. So, Xbox One is unplugged. It can go up there with the PS2. I've recently, well, last night, I ordered the original Xbox from 2001. So I can play the original Old Republic games and Republic Commando. So those will be fun. Good live streams, hopefully. This is an overhead light that I was given. I'm going to do something with that at some point. It's going there. Got a guitar here and my guitar stand. That's going to sit there for now. Alright, I can sit there temporarily because that shelf will have to come down completely, but not at this exact moment. I have a little bit of hold off before I have to do that. Alright, let's dismantle this. That entire shelving section is no more. It's gone. Right, so that can go over. I can do that as well. Short one of its pins there. Alright. Okay, I'm thinking. So what we've got to do is that shelf next. Oh, this shelf has suffered a bit. It's not been able to fully utilise. It's a good shelf. It's a shame I'm going to pack this one up, but I don't see a way I can keep it out. It's got all my separate. I'll take you over and show you. It's probably easier. I do have some non-Star Wars sets, so the only ones I can really show you at the moment is I've got the Lego Monster Fighters Mansion from 2012. I've got the DeLorean from a couple of years back. Um, got the plane from Indiana Jones. That's some Pharaoh's Quest that I do have. I've got some Marvel. I've got Alien Conquest. The Marvel's there. I've got another DeLorean. I do have some, not a lot, but I've got a couple of things. I do have this set sealed that I've never been able to do anything with, but this is all that sits here. So I would have liked if there's a gap between the bed, right, and the wall, I can have this long ways, but I'm probably going to try and avoid doing that. You know, window and stuff. But got to figure that out. I've got some parts in here. Clone Army sits in there. That's like a miscellaneous box. We've got Starfighter there. I've even got the Twilight in there. I've not been able to really do much with this. It's all my kind of separatist stuff. So this is like the start of something better for me. Of course, there's all the stuff on the floor that's under that shelf that has to now get moved. I can't base plate. Oh. Again, I expect bits to be broken on sets as we do this. Those base plates just smashed a bit of the Star Destroyer's bridge clean off. So that, to be fair, that's something I could quickly repair here. That's not that bad. It's just broken into a couple of sections. It smashed one of the side bits off because those side bits ain't held on by much. And they're like a 2-stud connection. Just got to quickly figure out how this one goes together. Perfect it now, I don't need to worry about it later. Funny enough, this is one of those sets that did get slightly damaged last time I moved things. I believe its bottom got scathed, but for a set that's now 20 years old, the original Lego Playscale Star Destroyer from 06 has got quite a bit of for structural rigidity to it. Like it doesn't fall apart as much as some sets from that era might. Crap. I'm trying to figure out a part of this. Fixed. I'll attach it later tonight and pull it out to attach it, but yeah. Moving a couple things I got lying around. Now here we have some big boy instruction books go. These are something I don't think Lego do now. I think now it's all separated books, but I got these. These are the giant instruction booklets you'd get back in the day. We got the Falcons one, but these have binders on them. And we've got the Super Star Destroyers. These are huge. And those are, as far as instructions go, those are probably some of the biggest ones I've got. That's not the biggest. Let's get in here. I need to keep in mind there's stuff in the living room I will have to bring back through here, but I don't have to do that today if I can't get it done. Right. I was going to initially stop the stream once we took apart that one shelf, but do you know what? I'm in kind of the groove of getting things done. Let's keep going. I'll bring this back in here temporarily, just so it's got somewhere to sit, can't move. Alright, this shelf, this will be fun. I'm just going to bring as much of it onto the other shelf behind me. I could change the angle where you guys are, it's just difficult. I know it's not the most appealing way to watch a live stream. Is that better? I don't know. Alright. 01 TIE Fighter, bring that down. Got parts. That sail barge is not a great set structurally, or maybe it's just mine. I often wonder things like that. Is like, are all copies of it bad, or have I just built it wrong or something? I've not really watched many reviews on it. I had to build my own custom feet for it, because the feet pieces on this thing are awful. Break very easily if you try to move the model, which it shouldn't. Not for how much Lego want charge you for that. One of those few UCS sets I ordered off the internet, like at midnight release. I'd done that. The only other set I can think of I've got here that I've done that was, I don't know if Jango Fett Slave one, because that felt really worth doing. Right, Hans Moleman's up here, as is Martin McFly. I've got an interesting selection of things there. Throw that there just now. Trust me, I am mad at myself for starting this project. Once in a while I'm grumbling. Like, it was a good idea, but I don't actually want to do this, but I've convinced myself I need to. Does that make any sense? I think we'll go to the 2-hour point and take that moment, a little break. Plug my earphones in, go out, grab some things, come back, continue. So, what I said about the 2-hour point, screw that. We will just get the shelf done. It's easier if this is out the way. Now, whether or not I can keep this is another in the room. Oh, that's not good, that's not good. There we go. That set is problematic. I was expecting that one to break anyway. Count Dooku's Solar Sailor from 2009 is a set I'm on about. Right, that's these figures removed. You can go in the box. This also does mean, like, I'm not going to reorganize the shelving in this stream. I don't know, like, I will throw all the Lego onto it, but I'm not going to, I'm just going to cram it on probably, just so it's there. And then throughout the week, I'll do some number of streams, and then I know for a fact when that Xbox arrives, I'll get distracted. I've already pictured how all this is going to go anyway. Right, I think I'm going to have to start maybe taking more of those through. I'll have to do that later on when I'm doing some shelving stuff anyway. Here's a set that I need to clean. Things are falling off. 2011 Malevolence. Remember getting this one for Christmas that year. Sorry, 2012. It was the biggest separate. That's one of the biggest separatist sets we ever got. Until I think last year's MTT came out. Sailboard's already falling apart and it's not even off the shelf. What did I say a few minutes ago? We'll get that one last. 2012 TIE Fighter. Get that one off. A bunch of figures, Imperial stuff that's up here that needs to be moved. Well, we have monster fighters up here. So I have chucked things in those random places as part of doing this. Yeah, I want to take a moment to break, but I know if I don't want to I want to cost myself time-wise. Because I've got a set idea in my head. got some shuttles and some landing crafts here. My display will look a bit cramped for a little while, but it'll probably motivate me to buy a little bit less because I do buy a lot. Evidence by the room. I think you guys already got the message on that one, though. The content I post. Right. Sailboard. So it's please. Well, you're not going to move without shedding half of you. This set, I'm so tempted to break and shove in a box sometimes. To be fair, I have already decided that if there's a set that can't go on the new shelving, it's this one. Like, see if it comes to it that a set has to be sacrificed and boxed up for a bit. I'm choosing the UCS sailboards. It looks good, but structurally, it's a mess. To the point where it really annoys me. It's a shame because that was one of the more fun ones to build. All right. Some 2012 set boxes there. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that again. Now, this shelving unit here, I think I might just take it apart where it is. Because I can always rebuild it later if it fits where I want it to fit, but I think I'd rather have it taken apart first. Right, that can sit there. So I'm wondering where all the Lego on the other shelf that has to come down is going to go. The bed will be rebuilt by that point, so we're fine. Thanks, man. Hey, welcome to the stream. We're just doing some complete reorganization. Nothing like I've ever done here before. Trust me, we're taking the term to a whole new level. The Legos off this, we can just speed run taking apart the rest of it. There's a few more Lego items on it, but like the bulk of it is off, so I can just get through this a bit quicker. I hear that sound. There's still Lego up here. There's Pirates of the Caribbean is still up there. Alright. Is it raining again or snowing? It keeps changing its mind between both. No. Sorry. Biggest Lego set, that's between the 2011 UCS Star Destroyer, which you can see here, and what you can't see, the 2007 UCS Falcon. It's probably between those for my biggest. I don't know what the 100% answer is on that. Like, you could define biggest by size, biggest by piece count. There's a few ways you can answer that. Obi-Wan, no, this is a Ahsoka Starfighter from last year. Because it was red, I almost called it Obi-Wan's. Right. Trust me, we are getting close to halfway through this madness that I've chosen to do today on stream. We need a live stream like this every once in a while, maybe. This has to be moved. I am starting to run out of places to put things in here. Oh, good, that did not land on the Lego. That's perfect. Right, I can sit there for now. The last Lego item to bring off a shelf, at least for this part, is the 2008. It's a set that a lot of you don't like. This is a set that has hate that I don't know if it's justifiable, but it's disliked in comparison to what it released with. The Twilight. From the Clone Wars movie. Magnet Guard and the Dune Ocean have fallen. One second, I'll come read your comment. Yeah, I kind of figured you did. This one will require effort because it's the last shelf on the frame. There we go. It's removed. So I just need to get the drill, which is over there. Thank God I didn't bury it this time. Remove that again. Oh, I don't know if you saw that. That was an interesting catch there for the cup with screws in it. Yikes. Right, I'm gonna have to really dismantle this at one side. Put that there. Move that, and I suppose actually what we should just take. Do I need to? Well, that screw's going up there for safekeeping. Should I choose to rebuild this? Which isn't likely. Most of the stuff will just go under the bed for under the bed for storage. That's not great. Right, so the main obstacle for the bed going where I want it to go have been dismantled and can now be moved. So these will, try not to hit things, that's great. Can go there. So it's now a not very fun case of let's move more things. So that's going there, that's going there. I was going to take a break at this point. I've decided against, just because I'd rather be making progress than stopping, because if I stop, I could stop for a long while. I don't trust myself, is the moral of the story there. Put that there for now. One second, I'm going to come up and see what's being said. I don't really do giveaways, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever done one. I could be wrong. If I was sponsored by something like Whatnot to do giveaways, I would. But no, I don't like doing giveaways out my collection. I'll put that there for now. It doesn't feel like it, but it definitely, like, just for me right now, but I know for a fact in my head this is substantial progress. I don't want to do any of this, but by forcing myself, I think we'll get somewhere. Right, got to move these drawers, but got to be smart about it. Okay, good, that's there, that's sorted. Try not to hit things as I go. This box can go in here. I really don't want that box spilling again, because that's happened once or twice before. This is what I'm using as a nightstand, which I'm not terribly happy I did, but it's going alright. Put that over there. When I'm just clearing stuff so that bed can get moved. PS2 can go there for now. It's warm in here. I can't open the window quite yet because of that frame that's there, but nearly. I've nearly achieved what was more or less the underlying goal. Go there. We'll use the Star Wars quote. We're on the verge of greatness. We are this close. So I think there's only one model obstructed here. I'm hoping it's just one, the way I've got this figured out. So I'm pretty sure it's just the Star Destroyer that's a problem here. And the sail barge. Actually, that's two, technically, but yeah. I'll be honest, if the sail barge fell and broke right now, I wouldn't completely care too much. It has been a problematic set for the longest time. To be fair, that set's currently sitting stable. Maybe I shouldn't say that about it breaking, because I think I would be annoyed, but I would also be relieved I don't have to store it on the shelf. To be fair, I have debated just selling it, even though it's not in the best condition, just due to how that set has been. Great, the underneath paneling on that set has fallen off. Thank you, Star Destroyer. Come back over here again. I expected to have to fix things. I'm not really too surprised. Not pleased, but I'm not like, it's not shocking. come look in a minute. I can't see them from here. The comments, I mean. A part of me is debating that it probably would have been smarter for me to remove more things first. You have to probably like another 5-10 minutes for me to come read them comments, but I will. Right, I should be almost able to move now. Right, okay. Right, okay. Right, let's do this. Yeah, it's gonna go back. I'm gonna opt to do it the second way. Crap. We're gonna want to smash the front of the ATOTs. I'm doing this. No, that would work if I moved the Star Destroyer, otherwise it will just smash it to pieces. Right, I think that'll work. Oh, now it's a risk to the other one. That's roughly in position.
What are you doing?
Fine.
You're getting things done.
Aye.
You need to clean your window.
Aye.
This window clean.
I've got some.
The kitchen wall.
Aye. Probably.
The bunker.
All right.
We've got a new window in.
Fair enough. All right. We're fine, we're fine. Right, that can go there. We're gonna shift this up. It's alright, if I need to repair a few things, that's also content, so I can look at it that way as a positive. Once the bed's in place, we'll be better off. Again, I'll look at your comments in a second. I'm just able to get that close to my phone right now. Hey there, how's it going? Right, we should be just about able to put this in position. All of the problems have been eliminated that I can think of. But, you know, I'll probably find a new one. Alright, okay, this here wants to make things difficult. I've smashed that thing again. A few things have repeatedly just broke. It's almost in place. Whew. 1 second. Have a deep breath. Yeah, I was right to dismantle that other thing. That would never work. Go. Hey there. Gonna move a couple of things into the space. They're not staying here. Obviously, it's temporary. I'm wanting to establish a path. Also, I'd rather things were not on top of that Star Destroyer, because I'm pretty sure it's just been mangled by everything else. So, part one of the whole thing has been really realistically achieved. The bed is where I need it to be. The shelf will go here. And the shelving is, alright, it's going to plan. 1 second. I think for the final bit of this stream, which apparently I've been unable to get out without smashing some things. I really want to get this Star Destroyer in a better position though. I don't not like how that's sitting. That's good. I thought this one's frame got mangled there. It does need fixed, but it's not destroyed fixed. There are a couple of sets that I think I'll all be taking apart as well, but so far it's so good. No, not really any major problems. Yes, it took me nearly 2 hours of streaming, probably over that maybe. Hang on, where are we at? Yeah, let's see. The Destroying or 2024 Star Destroyer? Oh, Outbold. Hey there, Potato God. But as you can see, we are being successful in the moving around of things. I think the last bit we'll do before we take a break and do a second part will involve me moving the Lego away from here. Probably into the other room just so I can actually bring the mattress and other things back in. This is the one fault that's not idea. One moment. Malevolence. And we'll take the shuttle as well. No, we won't. A couple sets, I'll admit, I've self-demoed. Here we go, and we can take that as well. I'll be a couple trips back and forth, and then we'll end it and do part 2 like an hour from now. Right. The Imperial Shuttle was one of those ones that slightly self-demoed. It just broke its fin, which is weird because normally this is one of those. Normally, it's one of those sets that can actually be held that way. But yeah, as I said, this will be one of 2 streams today. The plan is to have like all the furniture and stuff in position by 10, so I can, you know, then go to sleep for work and stuff in the morning. I see a place where in here where I could probably chuck a couple of them. I'm going to put you there for now. Will this be manageable for when the mattress comes back in? Or am I better off moving more? Hey there. Check my notifications. I'm going to look at those for a good while. Hell, it's 4:30 already. How much better, like, if we wanted to continue, we could continue for like another hour, but we won't be taking that break. Just that the next stream's not really short. But it's also because I know I am not capable of doing all this within the, you know, space of a single stream. Like, the main job that I'm trying to do will get completed today, but all the other little bits will not. I'm going to move these drawers away. I'll go get the slats. But at current time, we've got just over 5.5 hours to achieve the goal, and we're more than part of the way there. So then, we're just clicking over 2.5 hours of doing this just now, and the progress has already been brilliant. So, we're getting there. I'm trying to lay the slats for this. There's Lego under the bed, there's lots of nonsense under this, but it's just a temporary thing, just to get it the mattress on, and then I'll lift up the mattress later on and remove the things. But this is also just so some things have a temporary place to sit while I do the pain of dismantling that other shelf. Oh, 100%, yes. That's 100% happening. That will be business as usual. Time will be announced in the community tab. There we go, it's lining up. Perfect. There we go. It's being laid, sorted. Right, we'll go as far as getting the damn mattress. But to do that, I want all of this not in the way of that happening. So I'm going to continue to move these through. Once the mattress is on, we'll use the mattress to put all the stuff that's on that shelf on it. When moving that shelf over to this side and go, well, it'll work out. Suppose the benefit, right, is I've not bought that much Lego since I last had to do something like this. Like, I generally, because of that, got slow on buying some. Just 'cause I knew how much of it was to move. Right, 05 turbo tank. It's face fell off, I'll fix that later. I'll come into your comment in a moment. Just try to clear space for me bringing a mattress in. Battle of Endor is down. This set is quite easy. Yeah, this set does not have any problem breaking apart. It's one of those ones. I can put its remains up here for now. It's not destroyed. Not as destroyed as that sail barge is looking like it's going to get, but I'm kind of done putting up with the sail barges nonsense lately. So I don't mind if that's the one that goes in a box and gets stored under the bed for the next like 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like there's some sets I don't mind. I'd probably be better off coming back to it at a later point. In all fairness, that. Oh, and it's going. Is it completely screwed? Is it stable? For that set, it tries to self-annihilate constantly, so I'm not too bothered about that one being broken. Right, what is being said? The UCS sail barge is not really an easy fix. It's one of those sets that's just terribly built. So, be honest with you, I prefer the one from 2006 anyway, so if I'm keeping one, it's going to be the original one. So, yeah. Let's go get this mattress and then we can call it a stream. Plus, the weather, I've just broke it again. The weather today is very bipolar, so I want to go out and grab things before it goes, like right now it's nice, but it'll go horrible again later. Like that's basically a guarantee in Scotland, so yeah, there's also that. One sec, I'll come read your comment and then I'm getting the mattress. No, I've just been relaying the place, moving things about. I'll show you. So there used to be shelving there, which is now dismantled. It's looking up the window again, because that's what's behind those shelves. There'll be a shelf going here, and the TV will just be staying there. And I'm going to try and put some bracket shelves there, just to hold like video games and that, because anyone who watches this, you'll know I've got a lot of that. Gaming later, no, we'll probably be continuing this. This is not, like, it's not something you want to leave half done. Right. Get them out. Okay. Can I shift the sail barge back a bit? I know it's going to get mangled further, but yeah, there we go. Alright. There we go. It's in. Sorted. Mattress is in, which means I can start putting things on the bed. But we're gonna do that probably in the next stream. Anyway, this has been nearly 3 hours of streaming. I'm gonna go get some snacks and provisions because I really want some. We have made a big bit of the progress. There's still much to do, but we've done something. But anyway, I want to thank everyone who joined in for this stream. Hopefully, 23 likes, right? Hopefully it's been one of the more successful ones. But, oh, obviously we've got to still build the shelving there. We've got the bed on, so I'm happy about that. Got a lot to organise. So, yeah, but do you know what? Now get the light from the window again, which some of you guys, if you've only recently subscribed since November, you guys have never seen the room when I had access to that. But, hey, you know, have some storage down there. And yes, this wall behind the shelves is basically just blood red. But I'll see you guys in the later one. Check the community tab for times.